Hi, all, and welcome to Monday Night's Treasure Vortex with Gypsy Jules from YouTube's Zero Discrimination, as well as gypsydigs.com, and myself, Amanda Digger Degaz. I do have to say I'm sorry about last week. I know it was a last-minute cancellation. Sickness was absolutely rampant in the house, and there was no doing it. I think you all heard me probably pretty raspy the week before, so I spared you from having to listen to me last week. So, again, all apologies. And I am going to say if you could please keep my family in your thoughts, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. So, hey, Gypsy, how are you tonight?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. Little tired, but I've just been on the go constantly. And then, of course, last night, I couldn't sleep. I woke up. I hate it when you wake up, at a weird, ungodly hour, and then you can't go back to sleep forever. So that's what I did last night. And your mind's racing a million miles an hour, and you can't slow it down, and you try, and you toss, and you turn, and you toss, and you turn.
That's funny. Actually, yeah. I said to Jon last night, he asked how I slept, and I'm like, the narrator in my head just wouldn't be quiet.
That's a perfect example, the narrator. That's the way I felt. My narrator wouldn't shut up either, and she just kept going and going and going. So, I ended up trying to watch part of something that someone had sent me, not based on treasure, but one of my treasure friends had sent me, and I was trying to watch it. And I watched a good portion of it, and I finally got sleepy, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll stop it. And then of course, I try to, as soon as I jump off, I'm like wide awake again, and the narrator started back. But it happens. Yeah. Anyway, I know things have been crazy in your life and you haven't been getting out as much.
At all.
I think at all. Well, we all have those times, that it's just hard to get out because life happens. But, those are the times, too, when you do have that spare moment. You can go in there and, you can either sort some of your finds, clean some of your finds, or look at some of your finds. Do you find yourself doing that sometimes?
So I was, and then for a while, like I haven't even taken a look at my relic table. I haven't wanted to really do anything, and I realized I'm like, all right, I'm definitely getting into a funk, because my out from stressful times is usually going out, treasure hunting, mudlarking, detecting, and without doing that, I was kind of sinking myself even further. And I did. Was it yesterday, the day before? I did come into the relic room and start putting stuff away, started creating different sections for hopefully this year's finds, and cataloging some more things. I'm still trying to make so I've got the display case all ready to go for one property owner, and I just have to do the laminate. I make a laminate printout with like some of the pictures of the stuff coming out of the dirt, and then a write-up of what some of the things are and whatnot. And I'm going to start working on that this week. I've been basically going through the pictures I've taken and deciding which ones I want to put on the sheet that goes back to them. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of getting back into it.
Well, that's good. I know last time you tried to get out, the ground was too frozen.
Yep.
Oh, man. And then here in Texas, the last time I got out, the wind was it felt like 90 miles an hour. And it was freezing cold, but I got to dig some stuff. But I'm not going to talk about that tonight because I've been trying to leave more an element of surprise for my next videos when I start to edit them. So what I would rather talk about is the stuff on my latest video. If you all have not checked that out, I got to take a trip to South Texas, and I was actually scouting for a TV project that I was working on, which I can't say much about that, but met up with some friends that I've metal detected with before, and they're like, hey, let's go try this spot. Well, we were on the same property, but you know how you can move from one section of a property and things totally change?
Yeah. Yep.
That's what happened to this property. They said, well, we'll take you to our honey hole. And I was like, okay. And they're like, well, our honey hole, just to give you an idea, we find Civil War bullets on the reg. And I was like, but they hadn't been there in a while. And so we got there, and one of the friends, she started finding, well, if you go to the video, I think you just posted it, didn't you?
Yep, I did.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Y'all check out the link that Amanda put in there to my YouTube channel, and you can watch the whole thing. Now, it was an extremely windy day. Sometimes there's just no, stop in nature. That's what we do. We're out in nature. You may have frozen ground. You may have 20-mile-an-hour wind, and you may, but I didn't do any voiceover. I want it to be, feel as real, as it was to me. You just have no idea when the wind is blowing, and all of that, what you're going through, fighting nature and all that. But anyway, with that said, it was raining. I mean, not raining. It was windy as heck. And we started hunting, and my friend, she started finding Civil War bullets. And then she found a musket ball. And then I was just like, and then she found an Indian head. And I was like, man, what's going on here? I hadn't found nothing. She was on a roll. She was really kicking it or digging it. And anyway, so I just kept at it, you know how it goes. You dig a little trash, and I dug some lead and dug some shotgun shell. You know how it goes. You keep digging. And then finally I hit a musket ball, and then I think I got a smash musket ball. I got a percussion cap. But then finally we moved over to a different location right as about the time we were getting ready to leave. And that's when I hit it, one of my favorite Civil War finds to date, two of my favorite Civil War finds to date. And if you get a chance to go watch the video, so I found a Civil War saddle shield, or is what they call them. It was attached to the actual saddle, where I think a strap went through it as well. If you check out like websites that will show you the Civil War saddles. So basically that would have belonged to someone that was on a horse for the Civil War, that would have been part of the cavalry. And, pretty sure, like 99% sure, it would have been Confederate because of the location and the type of, bullets we were finding. But the reason why is right near there where I found the second find was the other piece that I found, the brass piece that was attached to leather. And so when I at the time, I didn't know exactly what it was, but I knew, I just had this feeling, this gut feeling. I know I've seen this piece somewhere. I don't know where. It's Civil War, and I knew it. And everybody's like, oh, it looks like an emblem from a car or something like that. And I'm like, no, it's Civil War. I know it.
Yeah, I heard, Or off a chest. They were like, yeah, it's off a chest. I'm like, no.
I'm like, nope. I just knew it. And then so when I got home or got to wherever my location was, I can't remember exactly, and I looked it up, and it was part of the, one on the horse. What's the word I'm looking for, Amanda?
Is it the sash?
My brain just, no, jeez. right
Shield.
now. Yeah. Um,
For the
my
rifle?
mind just, yes, yes. Um, so I'm trying to remember the name. I'm looking at the photo right now. Um, so basically, it was a belt that was attached to the soldier while they were on the horse, so they could
Carbine sling.
carbine sling. Yep, that's it. Thank you if anybody said that or you figured that one out.
That was me.
Okay, perfect. Yep, that's the word I was looking for. So it would have been like a Confederate carbine sling and piece on the end of that belt that attaches around the soldier, and then they have a little piece that attaches to the gun, and then that way, if they're on the horse, the gun is right there attached to their side, and all they have to do is reach down, lift the gun, and then I guess if they've already got it loaded, I'm not sure, then they fire the gun, and then I don't know how those guns look hard as heck to reload to me. But anyway, if they were dismounted from the horse, it would still be basically attached to them at their side unless it broke off.
Yep.
Which is possible with that piece coming off like that, and the saddle part, that there was some sort of battle because Laura had found a smashed Civil War bullet there. So you can imagine if you're in battle and you get knocked off your horse or shot off your horse, and the way you fall, that could have easily just broke down there, and then the leather would have rotted away, and then there's that find there for me to find,
Yeah. It's
100 and something years later.
Yeah. I mean, it's why we do what we do, right? But that's an epic find.
Exactly.
Epic.
It is really epic for me. I've found so many Civil War bullets in the past, and then going back and forth, to Louisiana and different properties and that I've hunted, but nothing like that. And I've found saddle shields before. I've actually found a colonial saddle shield, which I'm sure you found colonial saddle shields. But to find a Civil War saddle shield, that was pretty epic for me. I was really. It's still one of my favorite finds. Both of them.
That's awesome.
So I'm really excited.
Yeah.
About that.
It's where the excitement.
Yeah. Now I'm just. I wish I could go back, but who knows? When that'll be. But fun find. I love finding Civil War stuff. I love finding anything war related. I guess, war is such a momentous time in history for us all, with all the different the wars and all the different battles that took place and over the years. And it's just such a momentous thing in our history, not just our U.S. history,